everyone, today we are on day 26 of Junk Journal July UK collaboration, which is hosted by the Vintage Button on YouTube and is a collaboration between the Facebook group Junk Journal Community Chat Room, Be Happy Stationery, design team members and guest designers. And Be Happy Stationery is also a channel here on YouTube, so do pop over. I will pop the links in the description of the video. So today's prompt is small. Small. So what I thought was, I use small things in my journal quite a lot actually. Let's have a look through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and pop in some small things into my journal. I've got a pile of small things here, so let's have a look through my pile. I've got little clusters that I've made, and they're made with small things. That's something I found. I don't know where that came from actually, but I thought, oh, that'll be handy. And the small on this is the butterflies. You see the butterflies at the bottom are made with a very small hole punch, and I thought, oh, that will make a nice pocket in my journal. So that's how I've done that. And I was thinking maybe some lace or something behind it, or maybe the book will show through it. Yeah, we'll see. Some of these things are actually not that small, but they're small compared to other bits. I've got some butterflies. I've got some of the little stamp size things we've got there. Look, I've got some little die cuts. I've got some of the faux wax seals. I like those. I've got a mushroom, leaves, some buttons, which aren't small, but in comparison to the other things I use, they're fairly small, and these would make a good tuck on a page. I like to, on my pages where I don't decorate, I like to just do a little something in the corner, and something like that is the sort of thing that I'd use. I've got these, which are small cards, and I'd probably use that one as a corner tuck, and then tuck some more inside it to write on. Yeah. And then I've got another one of these with the small hole punches in them. They're 4-leaf clovers. Yeah, and then lots more, a few more buttons down things. So let's see how I would use small things in my journal, because I'm at the stage now where I need to be thinking of getting my journal finished, ready for my flip through at the end. So let's see. So this pocket here, I really need to decorate it a little bit. Not a lot, because it's pretty anyway, but I wanted to put something on it, so I would probably put a, yeah, that's pretty, isn't it? Let's pop that onto there then. Pop that there like that, and that'll just finish off that pocket nicely. Then over to the next page, and we've got my lovely flag. That doesn't need any, I don't need anything else on there, so we'll leave that. Next page. Yep, that's fine as it is, that's fine as it is. Here we are. This is a little page that needs a little something in the corner, so I like to put just something small, like, for instance, I could put that button, if I just glued it down the side there, it would be a tuck, and I could, oh, let's do that, let's glue it in. I'm just going to put glue around the bottom and up the side, just around like that. Then I'm going to glue it on like that. And then I have some of those tiny cards, and I can pop a couple of those. These are from a paper pad that I had. I don't know where I got the paper pad from, but it did have these. It had a whole page. I think it was a 12 by 12 page, and there were all these little cards, so I thought, oh, they'll go nicely for small, won't they? So that's that. Yep, pleased with that. And then this one as well, I want a little something in the corner of this one. So this time I'm just going to put a picture in the corner of this one, and I think I'm just going to put a mushroom. Yep, just to look pretty on the page. I just like a little bit of something. There's my little mushroom, just for decoration, and then the rest of the page is just for writing on. There's my lovely butterfly. Then on this page we could have about one of these little wax seals. They're pretty, aren't they? These are from the kit, the wax seals are. A lot of these pieces I'm using are from the kit, so. There we are. Little faux wax seal on there. That one you can see has already got a little bee on it, so that's how I use small on that page. You can see what I did here with that. I cut that out and I used that for the negative space. On here we could have one of the stamps. So these are from the HeARTful kit. Let's put that yellow one there. That's a nice one, isn't it? I just think they finish off a journal, these little, you know, bits on the corner of the writing page. It's just what I personally like to do. It doesn't take up too much of the writing space. And then on this one we could have so many different bits and pieces. You could have a little butterfly on that one. I'm going to put that little butterfly there because there's a butterfly on that page, look. I do like the butterflies in this kit. And this HeARTful kit is by beehappystationery on Ko-fi, and at the moment, this month, they're all half price, the kits on beehappystationery, so it's worth going over there and having a look and get some bargains. Then this one you could put I think they've about used everything I've got, you know. I'll just put a little leaf in this one then. A little picture of a leaf. Yeah. There we go. Love this one. And then on here I'm thinking I might put, now I've actually got a pocket there, haven't I? So I don't want to pop it on the next page. I might put the little, no, I might use that to decorate a pocket with. Let's have one of these bit bigger stamps on there, look, that's pretty, isn't it? And if I backed that with card, I could use it as a tuck spot again. But as it, you know, it's a writing page, I don't really want to be putting too much on there, so I don't mind doing it to a few of the pages, but I don't want to do it to them all. So this is how I use, you know, I'm just trying to show you how I use small things in my journals. So another small thing I have is, I've got these two little notebooks as well, so I can tuck those into somewhere. I'll save those there. So that's that one. Love that one. I love these. I must put some more of those in because I have made some more. So let's do a notebook on this page then, and let's put a tuck spot. So I'm going to use this button as a tuck spot, just by putting glue just round the about a third of the edge there, just like on that bottom corner. to hold that in place until it's glued. It doesn't take long to glue, that glue doesn't. And then I can pop in the little notepad. Perfect, look at that. Then over here we've got the brown paper. On here we can just put a little picture. Let's have this little, my kids used to call these helicopters, the little, remember what, I'm no good at the trees, sycamore trees I think they're from. They're the little seeds from the trees that come down, and my kids used to call them helicopters. So we'll put that there. Love that. We could maybe put something up here though, something a bit, a stamp or something up there, should we? Or a butterfly even. We could do with putting a butterfly, because the butterflies are all laying their eggs on my nasturtiums, and the nasturtiums are all eaten now by these caterpillars, and there are hundreds of them, hundreds of caterpillars on my nasturtium. So I'm going to put that butterfly there to remind me that the little jiggers have eaten my nasturtiums. But I thought, well, I'm going to let them, because, you know, it's food for them and they're going to turn into lovely butterflies. So that's that. And on the corner of this page we'll just have a little picture of a plant like that. Pop that on there like that. And love that. Love these paper houses. I must make something else to put in the paper houses, mustn't I? I'll put the paper houses in rather, not put in the paper houses. Love them. Mind you, I don't have to use them all in this journal, I guess, but yeah. Love the paper houses. You can see on this one I've used one of my clusters on that page already. Let's put this pocket on this page. So the small part about that is that it has the butterflies at the bottom, and I was thinking I could probably put some lace behind the butterflies. Let's see what it looks like. Doesn't really show up that well, does it? We'll just leave it as it is, I think. So I'm going to put glue around the three sides. Like that. And glue it into position, and then I'm going to put, I did have a picture ready to put on it. Some lovely tea. Look at that. Looks lovely, doesn't it? I don't know whether that, I'm no good with my herbs, I'm afraid. I don't know whether that's chamomile. Could be chamomile, I think. That, mind you, I said that the other day and it won't. I don't think it was chamomile at all. I don't know what it was. Could have been camel's ear roll for all I know. Right, let's put, so we'll put the picture on there like that. I'm happy with that. Love this pretty pink, but it was a bit too much. I wanted to cover it up a bit. So that's what I've done there. Covered it up with my picture. And then I've got this, which can go inside it, which is another journaling card. I can just pop that inside there like that. I'll just do a bit of a want it to match the others, don't we? So I'm not sure I'm using the right ink pad here. I think I'm using the wrong one. It looks a bit darker. Only a tiny bit darker. Let's have a look. Yeah, I should have been using this one. That's right. So let's just put a bit of the, cover the white up a little bit, like that. There we go, and then we've got a nice journaling card to go in there as well. Then, love those pages. That was the black and white set. These two, I could do with a pocket on one of those really, couldn't I? I'll do that another day though. Yeah, I'm going to put a pocket on one and leave one just as a picture, I think, for there. Need something small on here, so let's have... There's a nice stamp here with some mushrooms on. I love these mushrooms. Put that one on there. I actually don't know why I'm not using my Pritt stick really. It'd be easy, wouldn't it? So that on there. And then on here we want a little something, so let's see what we've got. I'm running out now, it's alright, can always print more off. Oh, that strawberry's nice and it'll match the pink on there, so let's have the berries then. Yeah. That's that. Oh, we could do with a bit of brown on that, couldn't we? It's a bit light round the middle there. There we go. With a bit of a browning. Then on here I'm going to put this little tuck spot. I'm going to go down the side and across the bottom. Like that. And then I'm going to put this other little notepad in there like that. And then I'm going to have a leaf on there. We'll just go around the edge of it because it's a bit white. And glue that onto there like that. Yeah, so just a small thing in the corner of the page, I think just finishes it off really. I've also got this little die cut hedgehog. I'm going to put him just there. And I've also got some tiny buttons which I'd probably use to decorate a pocket or something with. And the little tiny butterflies I could use for that. I'm saving some of my clusters for the pocket, pockets. I've got some more pockets to add in yet. So yeah, you get the idea, don't you? You can, a little small little thing like that can really make a difference to your page. I want to put another pocket on here, so I will decorate that with some small things. I'm going to put a little plant on this page. I like to try and mix it up a bit so I'm not having the same thing on every page, but you know, you can have different pictures, can't we? That's what my plan is. This is a middle page. I think I'm going to put my envelope on one of these. Well, let's put this fruit there. These look like apples to me, but you know, like I say, I'm not very horticultural, so they might not be. Oh, I think they are. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to do the brown on them, didn't I? I'm hopeless. Yeah, oh, good job the background matches, isn't it? And then I might put a pocket or something on there. Love that. I've got something I want to put over the edge of that page. Something on here. Are we back to mushroom again? I think we could have a mushroom again. We'll have a different one this time though, a different coloured background this one's got. It's got a blue background on it. And then you can see on here I've used little things like the little, I love that. And then there's a little bee on there. Little things I use on my dingle dangles. I like to use the little things on there. They all, you know, all add up together. That's a little bee that I use to make my envelope closure. Here. I might put that sticker actually, that sticker of the bee. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to not put any more in because I've got another thing coming up that I'm going to do that I might need some of them spaces for. So yes, that's how I use small things in my journals. For decorating pockets, for decorating page edge, you know. Let me look at the tiny things I've used on there. I love that so much. For decorating the corners of pages, I've made a tuck spot out of that button. Little pretty pictures, just to give you something to look at while you're writing. So yeah, that's how I use small things in my journals. I hope you enjoyed that and got some inspiration from it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.